Shocking truth. Walking too much after 70 can backfire. Doctor explains what to do. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Something I wish someone had told me decades ago. For years, like many others, I believed walking was the ultimate prescription for staying healthy as I got older. I walked every day, sometimes for hours, proud that I was doing all the right things to stay fit and strong. But then, around my 70s, something changed. The pain crept in, the joints ached more, fatigue came quicker, and what used to feel like a refreshing stroll began to wear me down. I thought more walking would fix it, but instead it made things worse. I wasn't alone. Many of us have been taught to push through, to keep moving no matter what. The truth is, after 70, our bodies don't respond the way they did when we were younger. The muscles, joints, and bones need a gentler approach, a smarter approach. Overdoing it can actually accelerate aging, not slow it down. That was a hard lesson to learn. When I finally sat down with my doctor, he didn't just give me a generic keep walking line. He told me what I needed to hear. Walking is good, but walking too much, the wrong way, without proper rest and support, can be harmful. It's a shocking truth that most of us don't want to face, but it's the reality of aging gracefully. In this video, I want to share what I learned from that moment on, the wisdom that comes from years of living and listening to the body God gave us. You'll hear about why walking after 70 isn't a simple yes or no answer, but a question of how, when, and how much. I'll talk about the balance between movement and rest, strength and flexibility, nutrition and recovery. This isn't just about avoiding pain or injuries. It's about living strong and full, honoring the temple God entrusted to us. If you're in your 70s or approaching that stage, this message is for you. Let's walk wisely together. Chapter 1. Why we all thought walking was always safe. For most of my life, walking was the simple answer to staying healthy. I heard it everywhere, from doctors, friends, and even the TV. Just keep moving, they said. Walk a mile a day. It's good for your heart and your mind. I believed it. I walked through parks, neighborhoods, and even inside my home when weather kept me from going outside. Walking seemed gentle enough, natural, something even the oldest among us could do without worry. It was the safe bet. We all grew up hearing that movement equals health, and walking was the easiest, cheapest, and most accessible form of exercise. It cost nothing, no fancy equipment, no gym membership, just your feet and a bit of time. Walking promised so much: better circulation, clearer mind, stronger muscles. It was the cure-all for the aches and pains of growing older, or so I thought. But what no one told me was that after a certain age, the story gets more complicated. The body that once bounced back quickly from a long walk begins to show signs of strain. Joints don't heal as fast, muscles lose their bounce, and sometimes what felt like a healthy habit becomes a source of silent damage. It's a truth we don't want to hear, but it's real. The very thing we trusted to keep us young can sometimes push us toward breaking point. Chapter 2. The day I hit the wall. I remember the exact moment when walking stopped feeling like a blessing and started feeling like a burden. It was a cool morning, the kind that invites you to take your usual long walk around the neighborhood. I set out with confidence like always, but halfway through my knees throbbed, my hips felt stiff, and my energy was draining fast. I pushed myself anyway, telling myself it was just a bad day. By the end of that walk, I was exhausted, physically and mentally. Over the next few weeks, the discomfort grew worse. Simple tasks around the house felt tougher. I realized something wasn't right. That's when I finally saw my doctor. He listened patiently as I described my routine, my pain, my frustration. Then he said something that shook me. You're overdoing it. Your body isn't bouncing back like it used to, and these long walks might be causing more harm than good. I was stunned. How could walking, something so natural, be hurting me? That appointment was a turning point. I began to understand that my body had changed in ways I hadn't fully accepted. What I thought was healthy was, in fact, wearing me down. The doctor didn't tell me to stop moving entirely, but he urged me to rethink how I moved. That advice was the beginning of a new chapter in my life, one of wiser, gentler movement. Chapter 3. What happens to the aging body? After 70. Our bodies are incredible, but they aren't invincible. After 70, several changes take place that affect how we should approach exercise. First, the cartilage cushioning our joints thins and loses elasticity. That means knees, hips, and ankles become more vulnerable to impact and strain. What used to feel like a mild stretch can now lead to inflammation and pain. Muscle mass also declines with age, a process called sarcopenia. This loss makes it harder to support our skeleton and maintain balance. Recovery from even minor injuries takes longer because cell regeneration slows down. Even our bones become less dense, making fractures more likely. Another factor is cardiovascular efficiency. While walking is good for the heart, overdoing it can strain a heart that's working harder to pump blood through aging arteries. Fatigue sets in faster and energy levels drop. Our immune systems weaken too, so the body's ability to heal is not what it used to be. All these changes mean that moving more doesn't always equal moving better. After 70, it's about moving smarter, balancing activity with recovery, and choosing movements that build strength without causing damage. Walking can still be part of that, but it needs to be done with intention and care. Chapter 4. The hidden dangers of too much walking. After 70, you might be thinking, but walking is low impact. How can it be dangerous? That was exactly my question. Walking feels gentle, natural, and harmless. But when done excessively or without proper care, it can actually become a hidden danger. Here's why. First, repetitive stress injuries aren't just for athletes or younger folks. When your body's joints and muscles are already worn from decades of use, pounding the pavement for long hours can lead to inflammation, tendinitis, or even stress fractures. The constant motion, without enough rest time, keeps your body in a state of wear and tear. Secondly, overwalking can cause muscle imbalances. Walking primarily uses certain muscle groups like the calves and quadriceps, while neglecting others that support posture and balance. Over time, this imbalance can lead to poor alignment, causing pain in the back, hips, and knees. You may find yourself walking with a limp or compensating unconsciously, which only worsens the problem. Third, there's the fatigue factor. When you push your body too hard without adequate recovery, your energy reserves deplete, making you more prone to falls and injuries. Fatigue affects coordination and reaction time, increasing the risk of accidents, something we want to avoid especially as we get older. Finally, the mental toll. Pushing yourself past your limits can bring frustration, discouragement, and even anxiety. Instead of enjoying your walks, you might start associating them with pain and disappointment, which can harm your motivation and emotional well-being. Chapter 5. Understanding your body's signals. One of the most important lessons I've learned on this journey is to listen carefully to what my body is telling me. After 70, our bodies send us messages in different ways, and we must pay attention if we want to age well. Pain is the most obvious signal. It's not something to push through blindly. Sharp or persistent pain means your body needs a break, a change, or sometimes medical attention. Ignoring pain and forcing yourself to keep walking can lead to serious injury. Fatigue is another important sign. Feeling tired after a walk is normal, but exhaustion that lingers for days means your body hasn't recovered. That's a red flag telling you to slow down and rest. Stiffness and swelling after walking can signal joint inflammation. This means you need to give those joints a chance to heal before hitting the pavement again. There's also the less obvious signs like trouble sleeping, mood changes, or loss of appetite, which can sometimes be linked to overexertion. When your body is pushed too hard, it affects your whole system, not just your muscles and joints. By tuning into these signals and respecting them, you can avoid many pitfalls and keep your body strong and resilient. Chapter 6. How to walk smart after 70. So, if walking too much can backfire, what's the answer? How do you enjoy the benefits of walking without the risks? The key is walking smart. Start with shorter, more frequent walks instead of one long marathon. Break your walking time into manageable chunks, allowing your body to rest and recover between sessions. Choose softer surfaces whenever possible. Walking on grass, dirt trails, or tracks is gentler on your joints than concrete or asphalt. Wear supportive cushioned shoes designed for walking. The right footwear can absorb shock and reduce stress on your feet, ankles, and knees. Incorporate warm-up and cool-down routines. Gentle stretching before and after walking helps maintain flexibility and prevent injury. Focus on your posture. Keep your back straight, shoulders relaxed, and head up. Good posture helps distribute weight evenly and reduces strain. And most importantly, listen to your body. Adjust your pace and distance based on how you feel that day. Some days you might feel strong and ready to walk longer. Other days, a short stroll might be enough. Walking smart isn't about restriction. It's about wisdom. It's about honoring your body's changing needs while still staying active and connected to life. Chapter 7. Alternative exercises that protect your body. Now that we understand the risks of too much walking and how to walk wisely, let's explore other ways to stay active that protect your body and build strength without causing harm. Low-impact exercises like swimming and water aerobics are excellent options for those over 70. The water supports your weight, reducing stress on joints while providing resistance that builds muscle. Swimming also improves cardiovascular health and flexibility, all without the pounding of walking. Another great option is chair exercises or seated yoga. These gentle movements improve circulation, strength, and balance without risking falls or joint pain. They're especially helpful if mobility is limited or you're recovering from an injury. Tai Chi and Qigong are ancient practices that focus on slow, deliberate movements combined with deep breathing. These exercises enhance balance, reduce stress, and promote mental clarity, qualities that are invaluable as we age. Strength training is often overlooked, but is crucial for maintaining independence. Using light weights or resistance bands just 2 or 3 times a week helps prevent muscle loss and supports bone density, which can decline significantly after 70. Remember, variety is key. Mixing different types of exercises keeps your routine fresh, challenges different muscle groups, and prevents overuse injuries. Plus, it's more enjoyable, which helps you stay consistent. Chapter 8. The role of rest and recovery. One of the greatest gifts we can give our bodies after 70 is rest. In our younger years, we might have pushed through fatigue without thinking twice, but now rest is essential for healing and maintaining strength. Recovery isn't just about stopping activity, it's an active process. Quality sleep plays a huge role. Our bodies repair muscles, regulate hormones, and rejuvenate during deep sleep. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours per night can make a dramatic difference in how you feel and move. Incorporating rest days between exercise sessions allows muscles and joints to rebuild stronger. Overtraining can wear you down, so scheduling intentional rest keeps you on track for long-term health. Active recovery is another useful concept. This means engaging in light activities like stretching, walking slowly, or gentle yoga on your rest days. It keeps blood flowing, reduces stiffness, and supports healing without strain. Listening to your body's need for rest is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. It allows you to keep moving forward in a sustainable way, protecting your independence and quality of life. Chapter 9. Nutrition and Hydration, the Unsung Heroes. Exercise and rest are only parts of the equation. What you fuel your body with is just as important, especially after 70, when nutrient absorption can decline and hydration needs increase. Eating a balanced diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, provides the vitamins and minerals essential for muscle repair, bone health, and energy production. Calcium and vitamin D are especially critical for preventing osteoporosis, while antioxidants from colorful produce help fight inflammation caused by aging and exercise. Protein intake should not be overlooked. It supports muscle maintenance and repair, which becomes more important as we age and lose muscle mass naturally. Hydration is often underestimated. Older adults tend to feel less thirsty, but dehydration can impair physical performance, cognitive function, and even balance. Aim to drink water consistently throughout the day, not just when thirsty. Avoid excessive caffeine and alcohol, as they can dehydrate and interfere with sleep and nutrient absorption. Combining smart nutrition and hydration habits with your exercise routine amplifies your body's ability to thrive, making every step you take more powerful and pain-free. Chapter 10. The Spiritual Perspective on Aging and Movement. As we talk about the physical side of walking and exercise after 70, it's important to remember the spiritual dimension too. Our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, entrusted to us by God. Caring for them is not just about health. It's about honoring the Creator who gave us life and breath. The Bible encourages us to be good stewards of our bodies. In 1 Corinthians 6:19-20, Paul reminds us that our bodies are God's temple, and we should glorify Him in how we care for ourselves. This means listening to our body's needs, including knowing when to rest, when to move, and when to seek help. Walking and other physical activities can also be acts of worship. Psalm 119:105 says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." As we walk, we can meditate on God's promises, pray, and deepen our relationship with Him. Movement becomes not just physical exercise, but a spiritual journey. In seasons of physical limitation, God's grace sustains us. Isaiah 40:29-31 offers beautiful comfort. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even when our bodies feel weak, our spirit can be strong in the Lord. Trusting God through the challenges of aging brings peace and hope. So, walking wisely after 70 is about honoring God with our bodies and spirits, balancing care for both, embracing rest, and walking in faith each step of the way. Conclusion: embracing wise movement for a joyful life. After 70. Walking too much after 70 can indeed backfire if we're not careful. But that doesn't mean we stop moving altogether. Instead, we learn to walk wisely, balancing movement with rest, listening to our bodies, choosing the right exercises, nourishing ourselves well, and grounding it all in our faith. Aging is not the end of vitality, but a new chapter, full of opportunities to grow in wisdom and grace. When we respect our bodies and lean on God's strength, we can continue to enjoy life's journey with joy and purpose. Remember, it's not about how far or fast you walk, but how well you care for yourself and how deeply you connect with God in every step. Walking smart after 70 means walking with love, patience, and faith. I encourage you to embrace this season with confidence and peace. Your best days are still ahead, and with God's guidance, you can move forward strong, healthy, and filled with hope.